Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. If you have been here before, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Anybody that has watched me before can realise that I am in a new location, so to speak. I usually podcast from my spare bedroom, my craft room, and I have the kitchen to myself this morning, so I thought I'd come up here. Seems to be better light, so I'm in my kitchen. So my name is Heather. Today is Monday the 7th of August, and I keep looking down at my notes because I am that forgetful sometimes. And welcome. So we have loads and loads and loads to get through today. I haven't podcasted in, I suppose, a right wee while, which has built everything up. So I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as I can because I think it's going to be long enough as it is. So I suppose I'll just go straight into, is it finished yet? And I do have a few finished objects. It's all about the socks at the minute. I am totally loving knitting socks, and I got something finished. So all my stuff's here. Let me just grab it. So I wanted to. Well, I found out about a knit along called a box of socks, Cal, and because I've only discovered it, I don't think I'm going to have it finished. It's running to the end of the year, and the whole aim is to have 12 pairs of socks, which I'm not going to have done, but I certainly still want to have a nice box of socks. So I have picked up this little box. I suppose it looks, let me go back a wee bit, out of one of those pine shops, and I'm going to paint it, because I don't like this wording on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to paint it yet, but I am going to paint it. And as you can see, I have some socks. Now, take these ones out because they're Simon's, and I'll show you them in a wee minute. But I wanted to show you them all folded up before I took them out and put them on the blockers. So I have 3 pairs. It's a modest start. 3 pairs of socks. But anyway, so these are the first socks that I kept forgetting to bring into the podcast, and that I now want to show you, or that I wanted to show you, but I now can show you. Yes, Heather, that is right. So let me get one of these on the blockers. I don't know what the pattern is. I have no idea. It's that long ago. I do know it was done toe up. I prefer toe up than cuff down, and it is yarn that I had bought, I don't know, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago off eBay, and I dyed it myself with food dye. I took this notion of trying to dye stuff, and well, I did manage it, but I don't think the joining the dye yarn dyeing ranks just yet. But so it's just a plain vanilla sock, and that is it. But I was so pleased with these when I had them done. Like, I love the colour and the fact that I knitted a pair of socks. And I did make a mistake. You can see it just here. I sort of done like 4 stitches there instead of 2. I made a mistake, but sure, who cares? It's still a pair of socks at the end of the day. So that is sock pair, that's the first pair of socks, sock pair number 1. So that technically wasn't, is it finished yet? Because I already had it finished before I started the podcast, but I still wanted to show you them. So my next pair is my Harmony socks. I got them finished as well. Sorry, I'm probably making a lot of noise banging on the table. I'll try to be better. But so these are my Harmony socks. Can't remember who is the author of that pattern, but you'll get it on Ravelry. And I knit them on my Haya 2.25, yeah, 2.25. Love those Haya sharps for knitting. Like, you sort of seen a sneaky peek of Simon's pair of socks there. They have been on the needles for 3 or 4 years, and they were just on a cheap pair, and I think that's why I kind of give up on them. Plus it's a man size, so it takes longer to knit as well. But there you go. I love the colour in these, and I can't remember the name of where I got them, but yeah, they're pretty. So that is my Harmony socks. Then I think in between my next pair I finished Simon's. Now, like I said, I have had them on the go for ages. And because I was still fairly new to sock knitting, I think these were started before my lime green ones, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So when I stopped in the pattern, I had no idea where I was. So I was tempted to rip them out and then maybe do a pattern pair or something, and then I thought no, because it was really close. I think it was somewhere like I was, I'd nearly finished increasing for the heel, and I thought no, I'll just keep going and I'll fudge through it, and so it did. So Simon got his pair of socks eventually. So this yarn, I think the colourway is Tripping Peacock, and I think it's from, she doesn't dye yarn anymore, I don't think, a Stash Addict, and I wish she did still dye. Her stuff's lovely, but she doesn't dye anymore. So those are Simon's socks. They're just plain vanilla socks as well. But he has got them. They stayed on his feet for all of 2 minutes, and then he declared they were too warm. So hopefully when winter comes he'll get more use out of them. But anyway, so that is Simon's socks. So now I have my last finished object since I was last talking to you, and it is the bob sock. So Louise Tilbrook has been doing sort of basic sock patterns, and it was sort of like a sock along type thing on Instagram, and each week she would release the next part of the pattern, and hers were cuffed down. So by the time I discovered them or decided that I wanted to do them, she had finished the 4 installments or however many it was, and so they're bobs, so it's built on basics. So it was just a basic sock, and then she'd done this just sort of wee detailing down the side. So I read the pattern and went, yeah, do my usual 64 count, blah blah blah. But I was reading it from top down. So obviously I was doing toe up, and this little, the side's better, this little section here, that's 8 stitches across, and it was only meant to be 4. So by the time I discovered, I was halfway up the leg and I come about it ripping out, so I didn't, and I just went on ahead with it. So let me put one of these on the blockers to show you better. So it is a lovely pattern, and she actually has two sort of bob socks, and I think the other one is more just maybe like a little ridge, no, that's not what I'm looking for, what's the word? It's like a little thin strip up from the toe up, or well, she's doing hers cuffed down, so cuffed down. So they're really easy to adapt. If you want to give it a go. I'm going to move this box out of my road because it's annoying me. Sorry. So these are my bob socks. Now, so you can obviously see a line running up there, but that's the start of the round, and just you're going to get that there with the garter. But let me show you this side. So this is a nicer side. So I done my fish lips kiss heel, and I am well impressed. Now, I downloaded the pattern, and it was like loads of pages long, and I went, oh, I can't even be bothered reading that. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But then I sat down one night and concentrated on it, and I did it, and I am well impressed. I can't wait to do, well, I actually have already started. My next pair of socks, I'm going to do contrasting toe, heel and cuff, and I can't wait to do this in a contrasting colour just so you can see it better. But yeah, so these were done on my High Sharps 2.25, and I want to show you the second one because this is knitted from a sock blank. So I usually do my socks 2 at a time, toe up, and I wanted to do them like that so I could try and make the most of the yarn and use it all up. But then sort of with my Harmony socks and that, with my lime green socks, I cast off like way before I'd use all my yarn up because I was too excited. Like, it was my first pair of socks and I wanted to cast them off and I wanted to get them on. So I didn't use all my yarn up for that. But when I was doing my Harmony socks, I kind of based them on the same leg length as the lime green ones, and I decided I didn't really want them to be any higher up my leg, so that's why I cast them off. So I have came to the conclusion I'm never going to use a full skein of yarn for socks, and I'm going to have some left. So that's the two at the time sort of is kind of blew out of the water a little bit now because my theory doesn't work. But with the sock blank, you have to obviously knit one at a time. And I have to say, I really enjoyed knitting one at a time. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's no such thing as second sock syndrome yet, hopefully. And that I will continue doing them one at a time because they work up so quick. Like, I am totally amazed at how quick that these worked up. And yes, when I cast the second one on, I was like, another one. But because it was a sock blank and you didn't know like what way the colours were going to work, it kept me intrigued. So this was the first sock. This one's the first sock, and it sort of, it maybe doesn't show too well on the camera, but it is more green running through it. But I love this. Where is it? I probably can't hear this side here. This reminds me of, you know, those little sweeties, those little fruit salad sweeties you used to get? That reminds me of those. I think that's my favourite bit in that whole sock. So that was that's the first sock. And this is the second one, and it's slightly darker then. It still has sort of a green theme run through it, but more this sort of pinky purpley colour up here. And I love this yellow stripe as well. So it's a sock blank from the Wool Kitchen, and I think the colourway is Wool Graffiti. So I still have a bit of it left, and I didn't bring it down, but there is this like neon bright pink patch in it, and I'm dying to like knit something just to knit that bit. But I don't know, there's probably like a third of the sock blank left, and you know, I don't know what I'm going to knit with it. So those are my bob socks, and they are finished as well. So I have loads of finished objects. I say this week, but it's not been a week. It's been like maybe 3 weeks since I podcasted. Oopsie. So let me just stick these all the way out of the road, because I do have literally loads and loads of stuff sitting here, and I need to get some of it out of the way. So I don't want you to see that yet. Like I said, I'm on a real sock kick at the minute, and my next sock, it was cast on Friday night because they needed something to knit on the train to Yarnfolk, which I will talk to you at the end. Don't want to start talking about it yet, but I will show you this sock anyway. So this is my next sock on the needle, and look, you can see it's one at a time. So I definitely think I'll be going forward that way. So let me get really close to show you the pattern. Can you see? Maybe. I don't know if it's going to get any clearer. I thought maybe with being up here, there's a window right in front of me, and I thought maybe the lighting would be better, but maybe for close up it might not be. But hopefully you can see. I don't think it's going to focus. Alright, anyway. So this skein of yarn I've had for nearly a year actually. It's from, took my black, Vivid Yarn Studio in Canada, and this is the Haunted colourway, and it was one of the first hand-dyed skeins that I had bought. About this time last year I sort of took the sock knitting bug, but I would say it wouldn't have been as strong as it is now. But I took a real notion of buying lots of skeins, hand-dyed skeins, and making all these hand-dyed socks. And this is one of the first ones I got. And then I kind of stopped for a wee, stopped sock knitting for a little while, and that's why this was never cast on. But I totally love it. It's like a beige / grey. Greyish? No. But it's got loads of little speckles through it. It's got little orange, blue, green, and there's purple in there as well. So I have done a purple toe. I have little sock minis. Sock minis from Folkestone Harbour Yarn. And they were in like a rainbow. I have them here. They were in a rainbow set, and obviously with purple as well. And yeah, purple. I was going to knit a pair of like rainbow type socks, but then I couldn't be bothered dealing with all the ends that I would have to weave in with those. So I've decided then I'm going to use them for this sock. Now they are they're only 10 grams each, and going by the toe on this and what I have left, I was going to do purple toe and purple cuff on each, and then a different colour for the heel, maybe this blue, because there's this like blue running through it, or orange. Actually orange might be better, because it was like a Halloweeny type, yeah, so I might go for orange. But I don't think I'm going to have enough purple for the toe and cuff on 2 sets, so I might have to put that blue, maybe this blue will be better, I'm not sure. So I might have purple or orange toe and blue cuff, I'm not sure, don't know, see how we go whenever we get near it. But yeah, this is working up really, really nice. So it is the charade sock pattern, and I forgot to look it up who it was by before I came on. But it is a lovely wee pattern. It's like a wee herringbone stitch running up it, and I didn't want anything too fancy for this yarn, because I didn't want to lose I didn't want the pattern to get lost in the what am I trying to say? I didn't want the yarn to get lost in the pattern. Yes, that's it. Oh, chafers from all over the show here. So there we go. It is pretty. Oh, I thought the close-ups would work better up here. Oh well. Now, so that I finished with my sock blockers. Let me throw them out of the road. And let me put this back in its little bag, and then I'm going to move straight on to, well, I'm mixing it up a bit, but sure, who cares about that. I'm going to go straight on to, was there any post? And yes, there was, and that's why I was hiding this bag, because this was part of, was there any post? Now, I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, and there was a lovely lady on it that like makes bags and does whatever embroidery you want on them, or basically she does whatever you want. But I wanted, I have a couple of sock bags, but I wanted another one. Sure, you can never have too many. But she customized this one, and I love that I'll hashtag Operation Sock Drawer, and because I'm in a real sock knitting buzz at the minute, she made me this bag. So now it's full because it's got that sock that I'm knitting in it at the minute. So hashtag Operation Sock Drawer, and that's her little label, made by Jo. So can you see? There we go. Oh, focusing now. So made by Jo. So if you want to check her out, she will make you whatever you want. Now, I can't decide which side of this bag is my favourite, because I found this on Google and she embroidered this on for me. How cool is that? I love it, love it, love it, love it. So she can literally do whatever you want. Now, this was black on the picture on Google that I found, and then there's this lime green, and you had to have the lime green. So I changed it to navy so you could maybe see it a wee bit better. But anyway, so that is part of Was There Any Post Yet? So made by Jo on Facebook, check her out. She's not expensive either, really, really lovely lady to work with. And then I have one more, Is There Any Post Yet? So I said to you that the pair of socks that I was knitting in the charade pattern was from Vivid Yarn Studio, and I have another skein from her. So this is called Bee Splat, and oh my god, like how, look at those speckles, unreal. So these did intend to be a pair of socks, but now thinking, is it too pretty to be a pair of socks? I don't really know. I thought they'd be a pretty cool pair of socks. But yeah, it's so soft. So yes, that's from Vivid Yarn Studio, and that's basically all for Was There Any Post? But I still have loads to show you. I have loads of notes to show you. So I kind of got a wee bit mixed up there. I'll go back to dyeing to cast on. I did sort of tell you like the few bits and pieces that I was dyeing to cast on over the last number of podcasts, but do you see at the minute it is just socks, 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 socks. I'm just on a real sock knitting buzz. So that probably will be all at the minute, is for a wee while, and then I still want to go back and finish. I have my breathing space sweater to finish, and like a few other like little bits and pieces that sort of have been on the go for a while. I want to kind of get a couple of them read up. Don't like too many whips hanging about. I don't mind an odd pair of socks because like when you need to go somewhere like Yarnfolk, you need something simple to bring. So I'm just going to go straight into Yarnfolk. I still have to do about Clover Valley show, but I'll get Yarnfolk out of the way first because it was a lovely day. Now, where did I put the book? Sorry, so organised as ever, Heather. Oh, here it is here. So Yarnfolk. Yarnfolk was on Saturday past in Whitehead, and I have been looking forward to this from as soon as I knew it was on. Oh yeah, but I was sick. Oh, I could have cried. I am not a good traveller unless I'm driving. If I'm driving, I am 100%, but if I'm not, I'm a bad traveller. And so is Amy, my daughter. She's a bad traveller as well. So always plenty of travel sickness tablets in our house. The last time I went to get travel sickness tablets, I got a different brand and didn't think anything more of it. And I had already took one, used one a while ago, can't remember where for. And I now looking back on, I felt a little dizzy that particular day, but I just thought maybe I wasn't well. But I took one before we left Whitehead, and by the time I got to Belfast, which my husband drove, and then I was getting the train out to Whitehead, I got out of the car and I did not feel right at all, just sort of lightheaded. Again, thought it was due to being in the car. So hopped on the train, got to Whitehead, and as soon as I got off, I knew I just wasn't well. Now, I still hadn't twigged that it was the travel sickness tablet at the stage, but I didn't feel vomity or nothing like that. I just literally was dizzy. So anytime I looked down or bent down to stand up to pick anything up, my head was just like, whoa, I was just all over the show. So I'm so disappointed at being sick, but I still had a really nice day. I didn't stay for very long. I think I was there at like maybe 11:45. No, it was actually it was closer to 11. I think I was there, and I was actually back home in Auckland at 2:30. So I mean, it takes us a good hour travelling from Belfast to back to home here, and then it takes a good like half an hour, 45 minutes on the train from Belfast city centre out. So I really only got a couple of hours there. It was just ugh. But anyway, there's next year, hopefully, fingers crossed they're not next year, and I get to go because it was lovely. The weather was lovely, and such a beautiful wee village that place is. I'm definitely going to have to go back for a visit some other time, not just for Yarnfolk, yarny stuff, just to have a nice wee visit. So basically you get off the train and there is a little map, and or I don't know where I've put it. There was a little map and took you, there's 4 different locations, and they were like so close to each other. They were just like a stone's throw from each. So the first 2 were wee church halls, and the third one I think was actually a yarn shop, and then the 4th one was in a community centre. Now I was at allll. If any of you were there, you will know that the community centre had Whitehead Community Centre in massive letters. Well, I was definitely not thinking right, because I walked down past it, round the corner and on back round, looked around at myself, and I went, I can't find this. Like, it looks like it's really close in the map. I can't find this. And then I just looked up and I was like, why are all the people going in and out of there? And I seen the massive sign. I definitely wasn't well. So anyway, I had a lovely day. I have got loads of bits to show you. And I got to meet loads of people. The first person I met was Kate from Hawthorne Cottage Craft. Hi Kate, lovely to see you. I just wish I could have got talking to you longer. And Kira from Emerald Fibres with her as well. So that was in the first little hall. Who did I get to see in there? I got to meet Lindsay from Dye Candy. And then I went up to the next couple of places. I can't remember if I met anybody there. And then I went across to the community hall and I met Terry from Fine Fish Yarns, and I think that was it. I was talking to loads of other people. I had my my Stephen West shawl, my dotted rays on, that's there, and I wore it, and lots of people stopped to admire it, and then as you do, you just got talking, and of course talking to loads of the vendors as well, and there was loads of lovely stalls there. like I definitely could have spent longer looking around me, but I wasn't well. I wasn't well. It's not fair. It is just not fair. But hey ho. Anyway, class wee day out. So hopefully next year Yarnfolk will be back on. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to show you all my little purchases that I made. So I think I'll try and do them in order of what I got. Would that be possible? I don't know. We'll try it and see anyway. So this is my first skein that I got, and it's from his Mermaid Yarns. Isn't it just class? This is going to be a pair of socks. Well, everything I buy is going to be a pair of socks, and then it might end up in a shawl or something. We'll have to see, but I just love this. At first glance I thought it was just black and pink, but when you look really closely in it, oh, I wish this would focus better. Oh well, you can see there's like little hints of blue. So if it was a pair of socks, might be class with a blue heel tone cuff, or like maybe lilac. It definitely is more blue than I think purple, but it maybe looks purple on the screen. So that's my first skein. Let's set that out of the road. What did I get next? Oh yes, I met Hutch from Dye Candy. I got the sock drawer book, and I definitely got more than that from her, but I can't think. Oh yes, so I got sock drawer. Now I kind of had went with the anticipation of buying loads of minis. I have a real obsession with the minis, just to look at and be pretty, not for like knitting with anything in particular. And I got one. I don't know, I wasn't well and just wasn't thinking right. So I got this from Dye Candy. It is so cute. Now there's no colourway or anything on this. It's just, she just has wrote 36 meters. So I just thought that was so cute, and I should have bought more, but oh well, hey ho, can't have it all. So yes, I got this lovely electric, to me it's like electric neon sort of colours, and rightly named Flash in the Pan. This is definitely going to be a pair of socks. I think this will be a class pair of socks. It is superwash merino and nylon, so perfect. But just look at the colours. And I was talking to a couple of lovely ladies at that stall at a particular time, and as I was walking along, I seen Flash in the Pan, and I lifted it down. It was more, this bright bit was more pastel. And then I looked, and there was another one beside it, and it was brighter, and I lifted it down, and then I seen another one, and it was brighter, and my eyes always get drawn to the really bright colours. But it was because of the different sock bases, just the way that the colours took. So there was one that was, could it have been brighter again? I can't remember, but it wouldn't have been suitable for socks. I think that's why I didn't buy it. I don't know. There was a method in my madness in some shape or form, even though I wasn't well. So that was from Dye Candy. Love that. I'm going to reverse actually, because that first stall, his Mermaid Yarns, is also You Mama, and they had loads of little badges, and I love badges for my my little, like, you know, my little knitting caddy type thing. And I remember looking through them and thinking, I like that, but because I was bending down, poking through them, my head was just swimming all together. So I got this one. We were on a break, so any fans out there knows that one. Friends, love Friends. And this one, it says there's gonna be a bad word here, so if you don't like it, close your ears. You ain't shit if you can't knit. So I think it's just more the wee woman actually that I quite liked. So I got those two badges from there. Then where did I go? I met Kate. Then there, it is like kind of a bit of a blur in between that, so I can't really remember. I think I got all of this stuff in the community centre after. So I found Green Elephant yarns, and I definitely wanted something from there. And I took a notion that I would knit Simon another pair of socks, and of course I rang him and I was like, what colour do you want? Blue. Like, you need to narrow it down a bit more than that, Simon. So he told me a few of the different colours he'd liked, and just as I was standing at the stall, this one popped out at me. So he had said green, blue, grey, red I think was through in there as well, but this one popped out. Now, I absolutely love this. I'm tempted to pinch it for myself and not get him a pair of socks, but I've already told him I do it now. So he'll get a pair of socks. Don't know when, like, but he'll get a pair of socks. Maybe they're a wee bit left for me and I can do maybe like Rose City rollers or something, or something. So yes, this is Green Elephant. She had loads of lovely minis as well, but I reined myself in because my funds were starting to get low. I took out a certain amount of money because otherwise I would just go mad, and we can't be having that. So I also got this from her as well. It's like a little 50 grams for socks. So I did buy this for the intention of like Rose City rollers or jelly rolls. I think is the other little shorty sock that's on the go at the minute. I really like that now. And the reason why I liked it is, well, see there's a little like orange bit in there. I've put it away now, but that other orange mini, if I have enough to do maybe just the heel in those, I thought that would be cute. So yeah, and I can't remember this lovely lady's name. But by that stage, I had to get out. They were like nearly my last purchases. I say nearly, like they were like the next two stands is where I bought from. Then I left. So and then I got to meet Terry, Fine Fish Yarns. Definitely wanted something from there. I have already a couple of her minis, a couple of skeins, but I definitely wanted. And like I said, I'm on, ever since I knitted those other pair of socks from the sock blank, I'm on a real sock blank craze at the minute. So I haven't unrolled this yet because I'll probably never get it rolled up as well again. But you can kind of get the gist of what this is. I think I'll make a really nice pair of socks as well. Loads of colours in there, do contrasting if I wanted as well. So got that from Terry. And then the next stand was Bear in Sheep's Clothing, I think that's it. And there was such a big crowd, and I goes, I'll go to the next one and then I'll come back. And I didn't get coming back. I just was wiped. I had to leave. So I'm disappointed I missed out on that one. But from Unbelievable, I got this. Oh, the screen's going to be reflecting. Sorry. There. Ah, right, that's the best I can do. So this is another soft blank, but it's double stranded, so I can do two at a time in this for identical rainbow socks, and of course a little grey to do contrasting toe, heel and cuff. So like as usual, dying to knit with those, dying to knit with that because it's a double knitted soft blank. But yeah, get those other things finished first and then maybe this one. But yep, and she had a sample knitted on a like a dummy foot, and it was class. So I'm dying to get those. I did get a few other wee bits and pieces somewhere along that day. I just can't remember, and I can't remember this lady's name, but sorry, but I've seen these and I had to have these as well. So these are little tags for putting on if you knit or crochet. My video stopped there, and then I literally kept talking and realised I hadn't even pressed record. Oh, dearie-o. Maybe I'm still ill. I don't know. No, I'm feeling a lot better now. Once I got home that night and went to sleep and woke up the next morning, I was 100%. So don't know what it was. Think it was travel sickness tablet. Not going to take them again. Anyway, back to this. So got these two little tags as well. A knit worthy and a crochet worthy is one. Can't remember who got them from. Sorry. Just deems that person knit or crochet worthy. So and on the back is like, you know, the proper care instructions for them, because even though they know that you know you've given something handmade, they might forget how to wash it, and it's good to have that little tag to remind them. So my last thing from Yarnfolk is my Harris tweed bag. Just let's take a minute to look at that. Isn't it pretty? It is just literally a little bag for your wrist for knitting on the go, but I just love it. And she had loads of wee bits and pieces made from Harris tweed, purses and stuff. Purses, bags, like bigger bags in this, smaller bags in this, wallets, things, but brooches. I can't remember, other wee bits and pieces. And it was, I was going back to the train and I realised that I just missed the train. I seen it and I just like I missed it. So I knew I had a couple of minutes to go back in, and you know, as much as I wasn't feeling well, I didn't want to miss out on anything, but from other people's photos and stuff, I know I've missed out on a load. So anyway, I went back in and I got that, and that was my last purchase. And I got the train back to Belfast and met the husband and daughter who had spent 100 pocket money in Primark, and that was it. And we went home, and I sat on the sofa the rest of the day being ill. Hey ho, could be worse things in life. So that's all my my acquisitions from late. But anyway, so I want to move on to a Clogher Valley show, which was way before Yarnfolk. It was a couple of weeks ago now. And as you know, I'd entered a couple of different bits and pieces, and I won some prizes. So I am going to show you what I had entered more stuff than I have prizes for, obviously, but I didn't bring it all up because I didn't think there was any point in going through it. But as you know, Amy's jumper, I had finished it lately. I'm going to just show you. Yep. So I entered that in the adults garment knitting, and it got first place. So I have my little bits here. Let me just grab them. So I got first place for that, and I'll try and put some photos in at the end as well, and maybe I have a few photos from Yarnfolk, outdoor ones more so, because when I was outside I felt not too bad, but indoorsy ones, no, it wasn't happening. So anyway, Clogher Valley show, got a first for Amy's sweater. I got, now I don't think you've seen this one on the podcast before. This is finished probably before I started podcasting. This is the Mystical Lanterns by Jane Crowfoot. Yeah, I think so. Yep, so let me show you this. And I'll show you the back, because I like the back every bit as much as the front. You know, you joined it on the back, and I actually really like the join on the back, as opposed to, it's nice in the front too. But so I got a third place for it. Now I got 2 third places, so I don't know I don't know what I'll show you, it'll not really matter. So I got a third place for that, which I was pleased at as well. There was loads of lovely blankets. I think the first place went to, it was a blanket that looked like tartan, and I had seen it before, and sort of, you know, I do want to attempt that, but it was deserving of the first place, definitely. And this is another item that you wouldn't have seen on the podcast before either. This is Amy's Star Wars hat. So the Force Awakens, and it didn't get anything, I don't think. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I can't even remember what it won. This didn't get anything. Pretty certain this didn't. If you hop on over to my Ravelry, no, not Ravelry, Instagram, you'll see what I got. But I'll put photos in the end anyway. So that's Amy's Star Wars hat. That is pattern off Ravelry as well. So if you do hop to my Ravelry page, you'll see where all these patterns and stuff are from, because I'm quite crap at telling you on here who is the author and what the name is and all that jazz. Anyway, so I'd entered Chuck as well. You'd all seen Chuck, and I think it's even said that I was going to enter Chuck, and Chuck didn't get anything either. But there was quite a lot in the child's knitting section as well, child's garment section. There was quite a lot, or I don't actually know if it's a child's knitting section or if it's I don't know. We can't remember the name of the section. See, no good. Memory's gone. Now I don't know if you've seen this. This is Wee Foxes by Frogginette. I entered this, and this got a third as well. So I got a third for that. It's cute. That's one of my favourite ones. I'd love to do it again in like really girly colours or really boy colours. And then my Stephen West shawl, it got highly commended. Now it was moved category. I had it in the adults garment knitting section, or knitted section, and when I went down on show day, it had got moved to a scarf creation section, I think. So I didn't have it in the right category, but the categories in the show, it's quite hard to choose which category to put your things into. Like I entered the Huga shawl, but I haven't finished, and I knew I wasn't going to, so I kind of gave up on it, and it's probably going to be away hiding for like the next number of months, never to be looked at. And even though I entered it and I didn't get it finished to bring down, I had a real nightmare trying to decide what category to put it into, because there is a category for crocheted blankets, or I think it's actually crocheted article in oddments of wool, which it could have been that, because there's loads of different odds and ends in the cross stitch section. And then there is a category for cross stitch. So I actually can't remember which one I entered it into, but I didn't get it finished in time to enter. Maybe next year. Sorry, excuse me. Maybe next year. I will get it entered, but like I said, the categories are a wee bit tricky as to what you put where. So I'm not surprised it got moved, and I don't mind it got moved, but I got highly commended for it. And it is kind of the one that I wanted to maybe win something, because I put so much time and effort into it, but hey ho, you can't have it all. I'm extremely proud and pleased at all the prizes that I did get. There was an absolute and utter ton of stuff this year, more than usual, I thought anyway. So competition is ramping up out there, and I am already thinking of what I can do for next year. It's just what I'm thinking of and how to put it into certain categories. But I'm looking at my notes to see if there is anything else I have to tell you, and I really don't think there is. That is my podcast for another couple of weeks at least anyway. Thank you so much for joining me, and oh, well, actually, a wee bit more about Yarnfolk. Thank you to all who messaged me looking to meet up. I was already home by the time I got your messages. Like I said, I just wasn't well, and I definitely can't wait to next year, and I won't be sick. I am determined not to be sick, and I can't wait to meet you all then. But yes, thank you. I came home, and as the day went on, I got more and more messages to say it would have been lovely to meet up, and I was really disappointed I didn't get to meet more people, but it's just the way it went, and I couldn't help it. But yes, so sorry, I did mean to say that earlier on, but I literally think that's all from me. I'm going to scoot on and see you all the next time. Have a good one. Bye.